Welcome to Thriving Tribesmen. My name is Kuri, your host, and I'm excited to be making this episode. So I'm responding to a post on Facebook where a gentleman was talking about how he's working really a lot of hours, and he said he works about 50 hours, and when he comes home, he's feeling tired. But even though he's feeling tired, he would like to have more sex with his partner, and she's a stay-at-home mom, and therefore she said she can't have sex with him because she spent all day with the children. She's feeling tired, and this has gone on for a few months, and it's now come to a point where things are really, really difficult within the relationship. So there was a lot of advice that was given within the comments. A lot of the stuff was about you need to take her out more. She's going through stuff because she's dealing with the children. And I think in terms of the diagnosis, people were absolutely spot on. Yes, she's spending pretty much time with the children. She's not having any adult time. And also when you live with children, depending on how young the children are, you're on edge because they need to get fed, they need to keep themselves safe. And again, it depends on how old they are. So they were spot on with the diagnosis of what's going on. And also they didn't, when it comes to stuff like that, you have to think of the fact that of Hicks Law. And Hicks Law is just a psychological term that was invented by Hicks, where that when you got multiple series of tasks, your brain can start cataloging those tasks. And then whenever you start wanting to do them again, it can induce stress and overwhelm. I'm paraphrasing and really just putting the relevant part of the Hicks Law to what's going on. So in terms of her, she's living the same day, and then as those tasks that were menial in the beginning, so when they decided for her to stay at home, it was a good agreement. Okay, the guy's going to go and work, earn the money, she can stay at home with the kids, and on paper that looks good, but over a period of time it's got progressively, okay, I can't believe I'm living the same day, I'm looking after the children, I'm not having any adult time. And his instinct was, and especially with what people were saying in the comments, you need to help out more around the house, which he had mentioned that he helps more around the house in terms of just taking on bathing the children, doing the dishes and so on and so forth, which is, again, I agree that you have to be doing that, but you have to be doing that with your own is an initiative of your own initiative and wanting to do it because you want to do it, and not as opposed to I'm doing this so I can hopefully get sex. So anyways, I went on to then talk about the Hicks Law, and then I went on to say that it's not his responsibility to change how she's feeling, because again, when she's cataloging all of these issues, the things that she's doing, and then now getting overwhelmed and stressed and so on, the worst thing that you could do is actually take it out for a date night, which most people are saying that you need to break away from it. You need to get somebody to look after the children, and then you can go out. Really, there's already a negative association to sex. There's a negative association to intimacy, because it's one of the other things that the people had said, that you need to sit down and start focusing on intimacy, and I don't even know what that means. I'm guessing what they mean is that more cuddle time and more romance, which again, it sounds good, but a lot of the stuff, I end up sort of saying something that was triggering for many of the people there, because I said a lot of the advice that's been given here is being given by people who are seeking these things. So they talk about more date nights, they talk about more intimacy, but that's actually telling you what they desire themselves. Somebody who's low libido has got a different network that they're operating on, and you have to be doing something different. And what they respond to is that what he needed to do is actually give her the opportunity to not be a mom and not be a wife. So in my case, my wife, I think she took up dance classes when we were at our funk, where she was a stay-at-home mom. She started doing more stuff outside of the house where she could be herself and not be a mom and not be a wife. And that started building some good momentum in terms of how she's making friends and also And again, it doesn't even have to be a class. It could be going to work. It could be a part-time job. It could be just something that is completely different, where she can make new friends, have new reference experiences that are positive, and that positivity around doing something new, something different, is going to break up her day and break up the things. And again, it has to be a daily thing. It's not one of those wait for the weekend type thing. So by breaking up the day, she gets more energy, she gets more something to look forward to. So the things that are mundane and causing stress becomes less of a burden. So hopefully that makes sense. But when I was talking about this, I think obviously everybody wanted to do the romantic stuff, which is useless because you now really reintroducing stuff that she's already rejecting. So it seems a bit stupid. So you have to swap up the way of really changing it by doing something different, and by allowing her to break up her day and just be herself, and just remove her from being mom and wife. That will have a good positive feedback loop to her, which then when she comes to the relationship, she's got a more positive state, which means that you guys can connect on a positive state, and then hopefully then go transition into sex, which will be a lot easier transition. So hopefully that's very powerful for you guys, because I think there's quite a few of you guys that are in this situation where you've got a stay-at-home mom wife who's not having sex with you because she's already busy, and you've been trying to change things by, giving her more sex, or being taken out for date nights, doing all these other things that are meant to be romantic and so on, and they've never worked. And this is the reason why this never worked, because that's not what she's going to want. That's not what's going to trigger her to feel good about herself. So thank you very much for listening, and hopefully, if you want to learn more of this stuff, go to our Facebook group, which is Thriving Tribesmen, and we'll be able to teach you more about how you can change your relationship from sexless to sexual success. Thank you very much. Speak to you soon. Take care.